I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do.
Hello, racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Head, so I'm going to go through Forster. We're going to go through the Friday night races, the final Friday night of the 2019 season, September the 6th. Of course, the first race does go at 7 o'clock. We do have 7 races on tap for you as we do kick off a great 2-day festival of racing at Hastings. We do have 10 races on the tomorrow on the Saturday
card,
including the BC Derby, BC Oaks, Delta Colleen, and the Randall Plate. It's just good times to be a horse racing fan.
Yeah, one of our signature days, and as you mentioned, last Friday night. Friday nights have been a riot this
They've
year.
been great.
They've turned out really well. As you mentioned, 7 races on the Friday card. Let's get into it.
Right.
Kicks off with the maiden 4,000, 3 and up. I went to the 6 Kessie here. I just don't see a lot of other gas. I think he gets the lead and is going to be tough to catch. Switches to co-leading rider, or just behind leading rider. I got to check.
It's really close up front.
Yeah.
Enrique and Amadeo and
Enrique,
Richard
Amadeo.
second, I think, right now.
Richard's second behind Enrique, and Antonio Reyes is in the he's in the mix too.
That's right, 2 Perez is forward. Anyway.
Actually, Hamill and Reyes tied right now. So yeah, very good 4-way battle for the jockey standing. The leading trainer standings, not so much. I did go with Kessie. Like the move to Hamill. I got Finally Famous in for second. He was 4th last time. Should be sitting just behind Kessie. I think he gets a better trip tonight under Lenny Seashran. He's in light. I threw in Lionel Mack. That's the horse that's always right there. He comes out of a different race. A couple of these others come out of that Gabby's Bay race. He's the one who comes out of the Brandon's Legacy race where he only got beat a length and a quarter and gets Antonio Reyes. I put him in 3rd. I went 6-2-3.
I have the same 3 horses, Drew, and I did go to Lionel Mack, though, to win it. I just think the horse wants to route. I know the one time the horse did route, it was caught up on a decent pace against, I saw the horse didn't want to be ridden that way, was up close and did flatten out the last part. He's he looked really good last time closing on Brandon's Legacy and Sea Cadet, and I know it wasn't the toughest of maiden 4s, but this isn't the toughest of mile 16th races, and I like Lionel Mack to defeat the 2 horse Finally Famous in the 6 Kessie. Kessie had every shot last time to win, but maybe he will be able to carry his speed.
Yeah, I just don't see a lot of her speed.
I can eat all 3 of them though. 3, 2, and 6. In the Friday night opener, on to the second race, $4,000 claimers going a mile on the 16th. We've got some fillies and mares here. Non-2 Lifetime. I really like the 7 in here. She's wicked fast. Good runner-up effort to Harlan's Angel, who was dropping in class that day, dropping from the $8,000 category down for the non-2-4. I thought this horse ran a credible race to be second. The pace wasn't crazy and still managed to pass a lot of them and get the place spot. The horse was routing in California prior to coming here, and just think maybe that's what she wants to do and finally gets a shot to do it here. I know her prior race off the claim, it was kind of an odd trip that day, but still, the Phil Hall barn has been doing everything right.
You got that right.
I think this horse will maybe be able to win it ahead of the 1 Timeless Shrug and the 2 Rainer Shine. I think those are your next 2 best horses. Timeless Shrug just touched out of the win by Amorcito last time, and had every shot to win, but just come up a little on the short side, but not short side, but still ran a good race. Just got outrun down the lane, and it was a month off between races, coming back quicker, so maybe she'll be a little more, a little tougher in the stretch. And Rainer Shine's always solid at this level. I went 7-1-2.
I went the other way. I went 1-7. I do like Timeless Shrug. Hamill back aboard. I know they went slow fractions last time, but again, I don't see that changing this time. I don't see a lot of other speed in here. I think Timeless Shrug gets the lead to herself. We've seen speed horses be tough lately.
150 and didn't win though.
I know. That's what scares me. I need a 51. But Amorcito was pretty well meant in that spot. So was taking the drop last time. See, a lot of times they drop. Next time they win. That was their first time going long. Should be tougher the second time. Timeless Shrug over She's Wicked Fast. I threw in Pajamas. She's a Tatey out of Knickers, so I'm hoping...
she's the speed. There won't be a 50-half in here.
Yeah.
Pajamas is the pace.
Well, and just the distance. Gets to go long for the first time, and she's bred for the distance.
Yep.
And Dino good going long. I went 1-7-6 on to the 3rd. Fillies and Mares, 4 on 3. Going 6.5, field of 7. Mario Gutierrez, should mention Mario
Yeah,
Gutierrez.
he's here all weekend. That's great.
He's here for a couple weeks, actually. He's going to skip Los Alamitos up to help his old friend Glenn Todd. So he will be riding here for the foreseeable future until.
Great news. That's good news.
Yeah, it's good to have Mario
Like
back
he's
in
here
town.
right now,
Yeah, he's getting in tonight. He's bringing his wife Rebecca and young Sebastian. So good to get him home and
Yes.
see the family. I did not go to Mario here on Miss Viola, but he does ride 2 tonight. I went to Camus Reserve. This is a filly that had backlash, had not been running at all, and finally put it together last time, closed well, only got beat a half length by Sweet 16, who's going to be a short price. I'm going to try Camus Reserve and gets Antonio Reyes today too. Could be a good price, and Terry Clyde just continues to clip along, 21%. Everything she leads over there, even when she doesn't like him herself.
I know.
When she doesn't think they have a shot, they win. Camus Reserve, Sweet 16, Speedy Miss. Speedy Miss and Sweet 16 are going to be your 2 favorites in here. You have to have both of them. Speedy Miss won 2 in a row. This is a good spot for her. Phil Hall on fire. And Sweet 16 knocking on the door. Her last 2 stars at the same level. But I went to Camus Reserve. I'll take a shot. 7-4-2.
I have no idea who to pick in this race. I mean, these mares are so the only one I didn't fancy was Forest Bliss, and no disrespect to Elvana Helfenstein's horse. Just looks like, there's going to be a little too much speed for her, and it looks like she needs to lead.
Yeah.
The other 6 horses can win. And it's really difficult to. I went Sweet 16 to win it. Just got beat by Yellow Bonnet, who's a pretty good filly in the Phil Hall barn.
Yeah.
And, just collared her late. She was off 5 weeks between races. Another one that I think coming back a little quicker will maybe be a little bit, just that smidge better that she needs to get the job done. This doesn't take much for these non-2 horses to get beat, or non-2, non-3s. And Amadeo returns to the saddle. I just think the pace of the race will be quick. Sweet 16 can sit in behind, and I think she can maybe defeat the 3 Harlan's Angel and the 2 Speedy Miss, who both have speed and are coming in off victory, very impressive wins at the non-2 levels. I went 4, 3, and 2 in the third. On to the 4th race, maiden 25 grander here, going 6.5 furlongs. It is an open race. We get one filly in here with a nice brown girl. 8 Colts and Geldings. I went to the 9 Irish Charlie. I liked the horse last time. He got beat by Volo Veloce, but drew outside last time, drew outside again.
Yeah,
but I'm still going to follow him back. Had a tough trip, still managed to rally for the place spot ahead of the filly, a Nice Brown Girl. I think those 2 are really interchangeable. I did put Nice Brown Girl in for second. There is speed in here with the 1 All-Star Boy. If he shows the same sort of speed last time, I'm not saying he's going to win the race, but he's going to affect the race.
Yeah.
And the 5 Reprimand Off the Claim and the 7 You Don't Own Me. There are 4, probable speed horses in here, which will definitely help the 9 Irish Charlie. So, and if I put Nice Brown Girl in for second, and I put the 2 horse Fort Langley for Mario Gutierrez and Glenn Todd in for third. A good run last time. Once they got him off the rail, he's a big, huge horse.
Yeah,
and
he's a big boy.
Was kind of inside. He
Bottled
was
up there.
stuck, and Mario will make sure he gets to the outside. This horse got to the outside in the stretch and was making decent ground anyway. I went 9, 3, and 2, but I do like Irish Charlie.
That's why I went to 2. I went to Fort Langley. The move to Mario Gutierrez, him and Glenn Todd. It's not going to show you here what says 33%. That's probably actually about what they've batted over the years. Very tough together. And as you mentioned, a big horse. I think Mario, he's great working out a trip. He knows this bull ring well. I like Fort Langley. He hasn't ran a bad race in his life. He's only ran 3 times. I like Fort Langley. I like your top pick, Irish Charlie, good second behind Volo Veloce last time. Put him in for second. And I threw in Rio Alex for third. I expected a lot more out of this horse last time. The time before, the maiden
Really
special
well
weight.
first up.
Yeah, his first start of his career. He was kind of like all over the place. Maybe couldn't really find anywhere to run. He was hemmed in the whole way. Only got beat a length and a quarter. I loved him last time with Amadeo Perez aboard. Never really fired. Maybe bounced a little off that first effort. I look for him with a bounce back effort tonight. I didn't want to leave him off the ticket. That could be your long shot play in here. I put him in for third. 2, 9, and 6. That was one Barb pick last time, if you remember.
Yes.
That was one of her picks.
Right.
On to the 5th. 8 non-3 for 3-year-olds and up. Going 6.5. I'm going to Master Ewan, the Rob Maben horse in here. He just won this race last time as a non-2, beating KK Gold and Naughty Newman, a couple of these. This one come up a little bit tougher, but I thought a great ride by Rigo Sarmiento last time. If he works out a good trip again, he can get there. Master Ewan, a Ranger, 63 buyer last time. That was a 4 non-2. Not an overly tough field. Got a good buyer for it. But I think Master Ewan beat better horses. So I got him on top of a Ranger. And I threw in Handsome Chef, who's dropping out of the 16 non-3s. speaking about tougher races, the chances are European, Demerara. You go back in his company lines, run against way tougher, and has been freshened up. Nice final work at 4.9-1. Jose Asensio board 8.67 for me.
Yeah, I went to the 6 Ranger. I think he gets the lead. There is a lot of speed in here, or a lot of speed on paper, but they're kind of 22 and 4 speed, where I think Ranger is
He's
a
quicker.
22 flat speed. If need be, like KK Gold has speed, Donnie Newman, Aurora de Oro, Honk, Lord of the North, all pace horses. But a Ranger is drawn outside. But I think he might, if he clears, he wins. And he ran very well in the comeback last time for Nancy Beth. Had a big drop in class.
Yeah.
And I thought the horse was full
He
of
did
run.
run very good. Yeah.
Full of run in the stretch. Had no pace. Like 23 and 1, 46.3 was a gift on the head end. But still, this is obviously a tougher assignment. But still, the horse finished with authority, which is something the horse hadn't been doing. And so I think he's worth following. The 3 Aurora de Oro shook off some rust and been off since October. And ran a good race. Really put a scare into another Guinness before tiring late. And this horse with a race under his belt has a couple of good works in 101 and 2, 59 and 2, and then a nice little comfortable 106 last time, setting him up. You know, don't want to work too quick, too close to a race. And I think this horse is set up for a good race. And I put the 5 horse Lord of the North on the class drop. I think this horse is worth looking at for Charlene Miller and Richard Hamill. 6.35 for me in the 5th. On to the 6th. This is a $16,000 3-year-old fillies, or actually fillies and mares non-3 lifetime. Going 6.5 furlongs. I do like a 3-year-old filly in here, and Chrissy. She is dropping out of obviously a lot
Significantly dropping, yeah.
And there's not a lot of speed in here. Oh, there is. There's Zeta Marie and one for Mom. But if she can avoid a pace duel with those two, I think she's going to be really dangerous. Amadeo Perez re-rides. She's shown she can go 22 flat, 45, and keep going as she did in May. But she will need to reproduce that race to defeat some pretty good, mares that are in good, or fillies and mares that are in some pretty good form right now. Put the 9 horse Snappy Ginger in for second. Pretty impressed with her races after the claim. Even prior to the claim, she'd been running well for Bill McLaren. One for 16, second for 16, ran a mistake, the sales take. Didn't fare well in that race, but charts up to 6.5 furlongs. And I think Snappy Ginger's interesting if she can work out a trip from an outside draw. And I put Dory's Darling just because of the fact that there is some speed in here. It was either Dory's Darling or Lookout Taylor for me for third, and I put Dory's Darling. But I do like the 2 and 9. I think those are your horses. I like Chrissy. I think she is one of the better chances to win if she can kind of get back to that form earlier.
Absolutely. This is a filly that earlier on
293.
This year was looking like one of the top 3 fillies on the ground.
Yeah,
maiden special weight she won, and then she came back in an allowance race, won by almost 8. Just looked great. Has fallen a little bit off form since then, and now in here for 16. His worked her last work August 23rd, 47 and 3. Chrissy, I'm with you. One of the better bets on the card. Chrissy for me. I put Zeta Marie in for second. You throw out that long race 2 back where she ran 9th beat in 13. Gets beat ahead by Mary Lady, comes back and wins last time at 23-1 with Enrique Gonzalez, the leading rider aboard. I don't want to leave her off the ticket. I put her in for second.
No, she's sure.
And I agree. Snappy Ginger is another one that obviously fits in here.
Interesting, yeah. Just needs a trip, though.
I went, exactly. 2, 6, 9 for me. On to the 7th, the nightcap. 8 of them, 4 and on 3, 3 and up boys, going to mile 16th. I went, I always pick this horse. I went to Buck. Going back to Buck, sprinted last time. He doesn't want to sprint. The time before that, only got beat 3 lengths behind Cyclodan and Postman. Both of them came back to win their 4 and on 2. Then he sprinted last time. He's not a sprinter. Now he gets to go long again. Reyes sticks with him. I got Buck on top of Attitude Included, Milton's horse. Only got beat a few lengths last time going long. Broke his maiden the time before that fairly comfortably. First time he gets maiden, or winners is always tough. He only got beat a few. Look for him to bounce back with Enrique Gonzalez. I like the rider change there. And I threw in Gabby's Bay out of the Terry Clyde barn, fresh off the maiden win. Looked to me like the best of the rest. I went 5-8-7.
Yeah, I went to the 8 horse Attitude Included. I don't see any speed in here. I think this horse is going to get the lead. At least it'll be able to dictate the pace and see what happens. I know it's a big upgrade in the rider category, having Enrique Gonzalez aboard. And this horse, it's a fighter. I liked him at 13-1 that day. I had to settle for a dead heat with Random Act, and came back with a solid effort with Leary Seach ran last time. I rode a very good race and just got caught late. But this horse is live in here, and if it does not win, I put the 3 horse Storm Rocket in the mix.
Yeah.
I thought this horse was okay. His Model 16th races last year weren't brutal. The third behind Silver Dude and Postman wasn't bad. Back on August the 27th.
Yep.
His sprint races have been good. A Ranger and Quagmire, that was just a tough race to run into. Hooked into Horst on the class draw. He just hit some tough horses, Storm Rocket, and I thought he was worth looking at. I put Randomac for third. I left your Buck out. I went 8-3
I like
and
Buck.
I like Buck. 8-3-2 for me in the finale. That'll do it for our analysis of the Friday night program. Next up on screen will be a quick recap of our selections. Back in race number 1, I did go to the 3-horse, Lionel Mack. I'm going to go 3, 2, and 6. Race number 2, I went to the 7, She's Wicked Fast. I'm going to go 7, 1, and 2. Race number 3, I'm going to go to the 4, Sweet 16, over the 3 and 2. Race number 4, I went to the 9, Irish Charlie. Ahead of the 3, Nice Brown Girl, and the 2, Fort Langley. Race number 5, I like the 6, Ranger, to defeat the 3, Aurora de Oro, and the 5, Lord of the North. Race number 6, Chrissy, looking good. But the 9, Snappy Ginger, might have seen the outcome. But got her in for second, and the 3, Dory's Darling, third. And the finale, I went to the 8, Attitude Included. Hopefully wire to wire. I'm going to go 8, 3, and 2.
On to my picks. Back in the first, I went to the 6, Kessie, over the 2 and the 3. In the second, number 1, Timeless Shrug, over the 7 and the 6. In the third, I went to the 7, Camus Reserve, over the 4 and the 2. In the fourth, good to have Mario back in town. I went with him, number 2, Fort Langley, over the 9 and the 6. In the fifth, I went to the Maben horse, number 8, Master Ewan, over the 6 and the 7. In the 6, I agree with Mike. Ironically, we only agree on one horse today. This could be the best bet, number 2, Chrissy, over the 6 and the 9. And in the nightcap, I went to my old friend, number 5, Buck, over the 8 and the 7.
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. Quick reminder, our next live card will be Saturday. First race is 12:50 on Saturday.
That's right.
So earlier post, we do have 10 races on tap.
Great card.
BC Derby, $250,000, $100,000 for the BC Oaks, $50,000 for the Delta Colleen and the SW Randall Plate. 6 other races on the card. Gonna be a great day.
There's some good ones. There's some tough
actually
ones.
some really good races.
Yeah.
Some good 25 older horses going long.
Horses,
Highway Boss, and there's some good,
there is.
really good races. A lot of the best horses on the backstretch will be competing on Saturday, so don't fail to miss it. Once again, first post on Saturday at 12:50. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Look forward to seeing. And a quick reminder: we do have the CTHS sale coming
That's
up
right.
on Tuesday. It is at 3 o'clock.
Monday's
Monday
a preview.
And we do
sale.
have the Keenbridge preview tomorrow. We
Yep,
do
the Glen Todd horses.
Yes, that's tomorrow, Thursday. We're taping on Wednesday. But the Thursday at 6 o'clock at Keenbridge, which is about 232nd and 0 Avenue, if you know the Langley area.
South Langley area, yeah.
But that's where you'll be able to come on out and view some very nice horses that will be in the sale on Tuesday, September the 10th, once again starting at 3 o'clock. Preview also September 9th on Monday, starting at 3 o'clock. And of course, we have the preview tonight here at the Derby, going over the CTHS.
6 o'clock. If you're watching this
immediately, and
after
then
it's posted.
Which a lot of you do, I know that.
Come on down to the Derby
On behalf of Drew,
join me and Mike.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed the Friday night show. We'll see you next time here on Handicapper's Corner.
I got the horse right here, the name is Paul Revere, and here's a guy that says if the weather's clear, can do,